I'm in the middle of Yorkshire Moors, I'm at Levisham, and I'm going to set up, I'm hoping to get some winter Milky Way with the constellation Orion. So I'm just checking out some foregrounds and check this out. So I've got this bridge here. So somewhere around here, winter end at Milky Way with Orion should line up just over that. But also, which I didn't know what were here, check this. Got some waterfall going off. Get in. So now I'm thinking, just head down here, try not to trip up. Views around here are absolutely insane, by the way. I'm not far from where I was, Saltergate car park. That's just down the road where I took the Milky Way selfie where I sat on the wall last year. But let's see how this looks. So I could get waterfall and bridge and then Orion straight over top. I just hope I'm not too low down to get Orion's belt in, which I don't think I will be. It might just peak off at the top of there. Hopefully. We'll soon find out. So yeah, hopefully it's a decent night and I get what I came for. Tonight I'm set up in the Yorkshire Moors, and this is the first time I've been to this part of the moors. Earlier tonight I did my foreground shots. I found the bridge on Google Maps, so when I rocked up here and I saw that little waterfall at the side of the road, I was buzzing. I said little waterfall, it's about a foot tall, if that. It's not exactly Niagara Falls. But I'm hoping they should make two nice images. I've then driven about 100 yards just up the road to set up here to do my sky shots. So the reason for that is, one of the ways you can do it, and the way I like to do it, is I take my foreground shots at the start of the night, and then I track the sky using a star tracker. So basically you put your camera on the star tracker, turn the star tracker on, and it keeps your camera on the same part of the night sky all night. So you can take multiple images at long exposures, and then you stack all those images together. And it just gives you a much cleaner, sharper sky. And then I blend the foreground in with that afterwards. I always make sure it's true to life though. So if I stand in front of that bridge, night sky that's behind it is this part here, and it's that part that I'm tracking. So the Orion constellation with the winter Milky Way going down the side of it. So yeah, it's a nice night. It's nice and dark. I can see Milky Way, the winter Milky Way with naked eye. So yeah, I've got the Canon 6D taking my sky shots now. So yeah, good times. Let's have it. So you might have noticed on this video that the quality of the video at night is a lot better than on my previous videos, and that's because I've just bought the Sony A7S, which is an absolute beast in low light video. Before I've used my mobile phone, which is rubbish. It can't even pick up a star hardly on video mode on a mobile phone. Whereas this, you can see it's picking up everything. It sees pretty much what the naked eye sees. So yeah, it's definitely a good purchase, and it just obviously, you guys that are watching get to experience what I'm seeing a little bit better as well. Shout out to Paul at Nightscape Journals, who recommended this camera, and he gave me a few tips on lenses and microphones and settings. So Paul, if you're watching, thank you, mate. Check out Paul's YouTube channel. It's Nightscape Journals. If you like what I do, you'll like the stuff Paul does. It's all similar stuff. But yeah, thank you very much, Paul, if you're watching, mate. But yeah, Canon 6D is still tracking. So I'm going to do an image with this Sony A7S as well. So we'll see how that comes out. freezing, man. I can't feel my face. The light behind me. I've now got the Canon 6D set up doing a time lapse. It's finished tracking the Milky Way and Orion. I got about 50 minutes on that, so that's plenty. There's these big boulders on the floor all the way around here. So what I've done is I've got a 14mm lens on the Canon 6D and I've put it right up close to one of these boulders. So the boulder fills most of the frame. And idea is then the sky behind it is time-lapsing. So I'm interested to see how it comes out because I've never done a time-lapse with a Canon 6D before. And the Canon 6D is also an absolute beast in low light. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how it turns out. I've just done a tracked Milky Way and Orion image with this camera I'm recording the video on, the Sony A7S, because I did the waterfall foreground with this camera earlier. Waterfall, Niagara. But it only made sense to do the tracked sky for that image, seeing as I took the foreground with the camera as well, so all that image will be done with the Sony A7S. So yeah, it's gone well. It's exciting night. Lots of new toys, new gadgets, new camera to play with. And it's nice and clear. You can see Milky Way with naked eye. You've got Pleiades star cluster just there. You've got Jupiter, the big bright one, just up and to the left of that. Obviously, you've got the Orion constellation, Orion's belt of 3 stars, and then below that, the fainter little line of stars. The middle one's the Orion Nebula. So yeah, it's a nice clear night, but I am going to go and sit in the car for 10 minutes because I need to defrost. I can't feel my face, my hands, my feet. So yeah, I'm going to let this time lapse go for about an hour, I think, roughly, and then I'm going to pack down and get home. So fingers crossed I get at least one good image or something from tonight. Yeah, fingers crossed. Night 2 and I'm back at the same location, and I think I'm going to do another tracked Milky Way with a different foreground. So for the foreground there's these boulders on the floor. There's also a wall with a couple of holes in which I might use. So you've got this here, maybe set up down here looking up at the wall, and then you'll have the winter Milky Way and Orion just over here. So I'll see what looks all right on back at camera and take it from there, I think. But it's getting dark, so let's set up. Foreground shots are done, and to say they're so simple, they look absolutely quality. The wall with the two bits missing looks really good, but what I'm most looking forward to from tonight is I've done a winter Milky Way selfie where I've sat on one of these big boulders. So you'll have the winter Milky Way and Orion over my head. And on the back of the camera, the foreground looks absolutely insane. I cannot wait to see how that looks. So I've got the Canon 6D tracking the Milky Way now, and it's set at ISO 1600 and I'm doing 1 minute exposures. So yeah, all good, another clear night. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see how these images turn out from tonight. That's night 2 done. So what I did to finish the night off tonight is I did a time lapse with the Sony A7S, so this camera that I'm recording with now. And what I did is I set the camera up near that brick wall where there's 2 chunks missing from the top of the wall. And I focused the camera on the wall so the stars behind were slightly out of focus. So that should make quite a cool effect on the time lapse. I used a 50mm lens as well for that. But yeah, it's been an awesome couple of nights. I'll definitely be coming back to this location. 1, because it's nice and dark. 2, because there's plenty of foregrounds that I could use here. And 3, I need to get everyone's favourite part of the sky, that Milky Way core, during them summer months. As good as Orion is, and the winter Milky Way, you cannot beat the Milky Way core. So I will be coming back here to get that at some point in the future. But yeah, awesome couple of nights. Nice and cold.